Yeah, Mindwolf, hopefully on player 2. Lee will be on player 1. Siegfried versus Killick, presumably. I have seen Lee play a handful of other characters, though not in this event just yet, I don't think. Like, he has, like, a Yoshi. He technically has, like, a Raph as well. I think he's interested in actually making Yoshi, like, one of his mains, but I don't think he's interested in that just yet. You know what I mean? Like, I think he needs a little bit more time, where he's more interested in that as time goes on.
Well, if you can take the time, like, by all means, all aboard the Yoshi train. I think that... oh, God, that character is so dumb. There's
only a handful of characters that I think are in the realm of, like, the power level of Amy, and Yoshi is one of them. I think Nightmare is definitely better than Amy. And then I think that there are 2 characters that are just as strong, if not potentially stronger than Amy, and that would be Yoshi and Talon. Survey, I wasn't sure. Survey, I feel like, with regards to, like, a matchup spread, I think that Amy is still better, because Survey is very powerful, but he has an easier weakness to, like, lean on, which is, if he's dealing with a character that forces Survey to go in, he kind of has some issues. Amy doesn't really have that same thing.
Got it.
But, you know, I could certainly be convinced. I think I could be convinced of Tira as well. I just feel like it's not necessarily the same. But, in any case, it looks like Lee is going to be doing his button check. I don't know, they haven't said anything in regards to needing an in-game button check just yet, so... Man, we've got a lot of shit talk going on in the general chat for Boomly. This is unexpected. This is not something that normally happens.
Yeah, we are a classy institution here in the Boominati League.
Sometimes.
So I respect. No. I want to see some shit talk.
I guess that's true. I will say that I believe Lee is quite confident in this, because they do. These two do know each other relatively well from PSN. Lee is familiar with that realm, and so we'll see. Also, starting Lee off right off the bat is pretty tough. This is somebody who was an ace the last time around, and boy, I think he lost like 2 games. I know he lost to Party Wolf and I believe 1 other person during the entirety of the league.
I think after 3 OCVs in the Boom League, like I think teams are now kind of hungry for their own OCV. So, so I'm assuming that Team Captain's just like, you know what, let's bring this guy up for potential OCV. Lee being just such a good player himself, but Mindwolf, you know, being a Killick player. a good Killick player.
The Killick players have been pretty crazy so far. It looks like Mindwolf's having a tough time at the moment, and it's also important to note that I believe one of the people who has had an OCV in the past, in other Boom Leagues, was Geo. I believe he had multiple OCVs. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty confident that he had at least 1, and he is on Mindwolf's team. So, ooh, 2A plus B. This ain't no net play, my man. That's not gonna work here. Pretty sure that's why the Anton's team decided to do this.
Okay, that's all I guess for that punish. But geez, that's 6A plus B. I think it is such good damage, and kill step. We're trying to go in now, but Lee, playing some neutral now. Still feeling each other out, I feel like, but never mind, we're going in now.
Going into immediate soul attack, a little bit too much. The can kids aren't gonna work. Oh my god!
You know what? I think I kind of felt that was gonna happen. I'm not sure if the
jut forward, like the teleport forward that Siegfried has on his own CE made it impossible. If he'd just done a wall rising B, he would have been fine. But I guess the teleport forward that Siegfried has on his CE can sometimes come at a cost.
Yeah, Mindwolf should be thanking his gods right now, because he should have died there.
Yeah, easily.
And at the same time, he should, he could... Oh, shit, okay, here we go.
Is Mindwolf gonna just bring this back, even though Lee had, like, a free win? Oh, he caught out the CE, a little bit of an aggressive CE to go off of a 6A.
You know what? Kind of a small blessing, because that got him out of slow charge. Just got relatively safely with a little, like, damage. He still got the life lead, and we're gonna punish that Siegfried's reverse side hold B into the round win. So tied in rounds.
Yeah, I feel like the punishment could actually have been better with like a BB. Snaps a meter out with a like this backturn K. Still has a meter lead. Oh my god, Lee literally won this, and now he's going to lose. Oh, Lee, please don't let it happen. The tracking on Killick while rising B still works, even even on Parsec. That is not an online thing, everybody. That is just how the character works.
There's Soul Charge from Mindwolf. Oh, okay.
Oh my god, dude.
Maybe a ring out situation would happen, but Mindwolf, well, he did eat that AGA, so that should have got him killed, but...
That's hilarious, Mindwolf. Mindwolf literally lost, and then he decided to win instead.
Whoa. Okay, I would have liked it if Lee just took some time to talk to his teammates, just kind of...
I mean, he was... Again, he literally won the game. I think he just needs to calm down. So in that case, yes, I agree that Lee should have probably just taken a minute to just, like, ensure that his mental was A-okay. Goes for that new guaranteed combo that didn't work at all, so I don't know what's up with that. He just died, I think.
Yeah, that's...
Nope.
Okay, turned around, but wait, that's a
Wow, that was a very weird situation. Okay.
Okay, if you landed that last hit, that would have killed, but I was actually expecting a ring out there.
Yeah, I think that's what he was trying to angle for as well, and then it just didn't end up working. These 4-4Ks, though, have been money so far for Mindwolf.
And these soul charges have been well placed, like, so far. Yeah. Like, it hasn't been getting him killed with the damage over time, but
not this
maybe
one,
I spoke
too
soon because
oh man, Lee getting a little bit too rambunctious, ends up not breaking the back grab.
Dude, out of I think out of all the Killick players in this Boom League, I think he's gotten the most mileage off that evil soul charge so far. But
I do want to mention that I was streaming earlier today, and I specifically said I'd be willing to bet that there is a non-nominal chance that Mindwolf OCVs the entire team. Lee then said that if Mindwolf OCVs his team, he will literally uninstall the game and tweet about it.
What?
So now everyone knows. Mindwolf ended up sacrificing that round to go for the 1KB, so that wasn't great. But man, oh man, he's about to lose, dude. He literally won the first game. AA is not the optimal punish, but he is getting something out of it. Oh,
yeah, that's at least a 6 BB.
Wow, that was an interesting whip punish. That worked out beautifully. Lee needs to focus right now.
Oh, wake up! Wait a minute! Mashing on the wake up. Here we go. All right, Lee found something there.
Gets hit by the...
Mindwolf getting a little too antsy. I think he got into that mode of, oh my god, I'm about to win, but you know, you still gotta respect some mix-ups. All right, another soul charge. Oh, here we go. 1A to the pillars. A lot of pressure coming from Mindwolf in this evil soul charge.
So money for him.
Oh, baits the what is it? The back parry, but
how does he get out of this? How does he deal with evil Killick this whole time? Nope, he's dead.
Oh yeah, there it is.
My dude, you ended up losing after you definitely won.
Yeah, with the mashing rematch, you know.
Yeah,
I
man.
okay, you know what? I know what happened, but I still would have liked them to take like 30 seconds just to talk to this team.
I agree.
They probably saw the same thing that we saw.
It really would have just been a matter of like just calming him down.
Yep. Like even if it's just like nothing about gameplay, I feel like just comforting just to hear it.
Alright, I have to update all the scores and everything. Let's see who the next person. Yoshi6 is going to be the next person. So first I have to update like 15 different scores because I also have the team scores on the right.
All right. Yoshi is the 6, so I'm sure he's gonna just try to like get in Mindwolf's face and just try to like test his defense.
It's gonna be a matter of like I think it's gonna be the match of run up AA versus wall rising B, and I think Killick wins in that regard. So we'll see.
I do agree with that. I do worry that once Yoshimitsu the 6 gets some kind of like momentum or like pressure, I'm just wondering if Mindwolf's defense can handle it. Yeah, he's got the rising B, but with the mix-up potential from Yoshimitsu the 6, really curious to see if Mindwolf can kind of withstand the onslaught that's surely going to come from Yoshimitsu the 6 on this this ridiculously strong character.
Well, that's one of the things, is that, like, Killick has such an amazing ability to make pressuring him be very wonky. He has a lot of things that, like, pushes him in the air. He's got the auto GIs, and at any point, these are these are things that can hurt quite a lot, assuming that you set them up appropriately, and Yoshi 6, outside of ring outs, outside of walls, just on standard poking hits, does not necessarily get a lot of frame advantage, nor does he get a lot of damage unless he sinks meter into it. So it's a matter of trying to figure out, like, it's kind of a dance. You're going to be effectively dancing around this massive giant that is Killick in Soul Calibur 6.
Yeah, it could be a matter of Mindwolf outperforming him in neutral, and Yoshimitsu 6 just outmaneuvering him in the kind of like the pressure game. And like you say, it could be a little wonky, like between Yoshimitsu's like lack of frame advantage and all the defensive tools that Mindwolf has on this Killick. But surely these all these elements going into this match is going to make this really interesting. I can't really put money on this.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. That's going to be a tough way to figure out like who's going to go with this. I think simply because of the reputation that Killick has in the Boom League, I'm going to give it to Mindwolf, simply off of lore alone. Yeah, we'll definitely see what is up. What? Yoshi 6 has a... Yeah, you don't have other characters. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're feigning. I have actually played a different character other than Amy in an SC6 tournament. Did you know that? I'm not including the times where Amy literally wasn't allowed.
Okay, I was about to go in that direction.
I did actually play Haomaru in a tournament when Haomaru first came out. I doubt that counts.
Online tournament? Because
yeah, it had to be.
Yeah. I'm trying to go through my mind. What could it be?
Yeah, that was back like he had literally just come out that day. It wasn't the Haomaru only tournament, but it was like an NLBC that happened after that.
Another one that I was going to go into, but here we go. So Yoshimitsu 6 versus Mindwolf. So there is the block of the Full Crash 3K right off the bat, just kind of making a statement on the side of Mindwolf. So that's that defense being tested, and so far, Mindwolf is passing. It's still really early, but here's some pressure from Mindwolf here.
Yeah, it's important to note that also that we have a huge stage. I mean, basically any stage is going to be good for Yoshi, but in regards to the ring outs, Killick has relatively sizable, like, decent ring outs, but nothing compared to what Yoshi is able to pull out. So I still think that that kind of thing is in favor of Yoshimitsu. So we do have to be worried about it. He gets a fantastic punish here, like full on, okay, and ends up catching the duck there. So we can kind of tell that Mindwolf is very much interested in ducking as much as possible, which makes sense to deal with the AA and get a huge amount of damage out of the Wall Rising B. Even if you didn't have an AA they were trying to escape from, Killick players tend to use Wall Rising B as much as they breathe. Which makes sense. It's a ridiculously powerful move. Okay, well, he's out. No, he's not. He doesn't have a meter.
No meter. Yeah, you're right.
Was he out there? I think he was. Most definitely, right?
Barely. Or at least he would have attempted it if he had the meter. But here's an evil Killick. Mindwolf got a lot of mileage when he played against Lee, but...
I can't believe he just let that slide. I could have sworn that was massively punishable. Maybe he just wanted to use the time to try and get out of that stage positioning. He's right back into said positioning, though.
Disrespecting the throw break. Oh, that's frame advantage on Mindwolf, but that is...
Well, see, once again, talking about those massive ring out capabilities that is in the corner of Yoshi.
Jeez.
No other character could ring out in that position. Oh my god, going for the vintage setup. Half-Life.
And Mindwolf had a reason to be nervous there. Just that was a terrible position to be in, so he felt like he had to try something even on frame disadvantage, and that is just Yoshimitsu 6 with a clean perfect on that final round there.
Definitely trying to make a statement. Hitting rematch? I don't know. Does he really want to go with a mix-up character, or a ring-out character on a stage like this? Like, I know, like, changing stages with Yoshi, you're virtually never going to get a stage that's, like, in your favor. And I guess Killick is better at ring-outs than he is at wall combos. I don't know, though. I really feel like there are some stages that are better than this. This is, like, kind of the worst one. That's, I guess, not entirely true.
Sometimes I think, like, you know what? What's the chance of me getting a worse stage than this?
Yeah.
But,
I don't know. It's tough. I guess now that I've kind of explained... I've talked my way into thinking that, like, maybe it is just about as good as it can get.
Yeah. Sometimes I get in that moment, but then I don't know. Maybe he's like, you know what? Indian Fort is still in play, so
that's true. Yeah, it could definitely be. I don't know. It's Yoshi. It's very difficult. No, it doesn't get his full punish. Okay, we're very, very close here. Yoshi in the yellow. Both players in the yellow. They've been blocking for a long time, longer than either of these players have blocked in their entire lives.
I love that he just took that extra step just to ensure that punish and not get, Soul Calibur 6 janked.
this is, I gotta say, Mindwolf's like the only Killick player I can think of that does slide kick into soul attack, and it makes, I mean, it definitely looks like it works out well. Alright, so Yoshi gonna be, wow, he just goes raw 3B against Evil Killick. This is crazy. Wow, Mindwolf cannot get up off of the ground. Okay, here we go. Nice pick up off the ground. Tries it again. Always worried about that RI? Yeah, okay. You always, whenever you're dealing with an Evil Killick, you have to worry about duck into cans, and you have to worry about RI. That is typically what Killick players think about all the time. Who gets out of here? Okay, good punish. Good block and punish, yeah.
We'll punish that.
Yeah, gets that too. These little tiny chips are really what I think is going to set Yoshi apart from Killick in this regard. Just these little tiny punches here and there. A into 4KP.
Basically just outmaneuvering Mindwolf in the neutral game. Mindwolf just trying to make something happen, but the mix of just movement and these pokes, like you said, is just giving Yoshimitsu 6 the advantage over Mindwolf so far.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is, I just feel like somebody's getting outplayed at the moment. To be completely honest. I think at this point, Mindwolf has to really hope that Yoshi goes for a CE punish, and the CE just somehow teleports like in front of him.
Wait a minute, Mindwolf finds a counter hit, he finds the soul charge, he's getting frame advantage. That throw lands, that's going to be CE for sure into the round win, so Mindwolf still has a chance here. He's not going to have meter going into the next round, but you know what?
No meter against double meter Yoshi. This is not an insurmountable lead, but it's just the fact that you are dealing with a character that could virtually kill you at any time. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, Mindwolf still technically has a bar. Okay. But this is the thing, is that Yoshi is able to just sink meter into every punish he has, and it's so crazy.
It's definitely going to be useful in this final round, but Mindwolf trying to stay in this. He's trying to maintain his pressure. So Soul Charge right off the bat, that's a Mindwolf special. And he always seems to find his target here, so a lot of pressure on Yoshimitsu.
Nice sidestep.
That's going to land. Okay. Yeah, that's going to land.
He's not dead, right? No, he's not dead. But this is going to force Yoshi to effectively spend his bar. And Evil Killick against Soul Charge Yoshi. I don't know. Well, never mind. You don't have to deal with Soul Charge Yoshi. Or Soul Charge Killick, but here we go.
Mindwolf's kind of player, he just wants to go in.
Okay, yep, -4, you can't necessarily go into that, but this is one of the things that, oh my god, he tried to back turn K yet again, and he gets the mix-up! I could have sworn Mindwolf tried to go with back turn K the first time round, and then we got Yoshi 6 hard countering that with 3B, because he just didn't have the time to do something like that, and then because he forced Mindwolf to respect the Oki the second time around, that's how he was able to get the mix. It's kind of unfortunate because Mindwolf tends to be one of those players that really abuses certain moves, so even if they get beat up the first time, they'll go for it the second time. Had he done that this time and been very, like, upfront, but like, no, I'm using back turn K, he would have won. He would have gotten it the second time around.
Another situation that Yoshimitsu 6 Soul Charge activation, that was really unfortunate with the Mindwolf trying to answer it with a 4B. Like, I think he just kind of put himself in that situation when that 4B just kind of went through the invulnerability frames of the Soul Charge. So if he managed to just avoided that Soul Charge blast, or even just kind of just blocked it, then I think maybe he could have just like neutraled his way to the round win.
For sure, yeah.
And that's on top of, like, okay, then he got hit after that, and then just the wake-up defense was a little spotty for the most part in the whole set. But, after he got grounded, then, that wake-up defense got challenged and got Yoshimitsu 6 the W. So, really interesting match. That was a game 2? No, yeah,
that was effectively the second set that we've had in this Boom League match. We are currently at 1-1 in terms of the teams. We are now going to have Yoshi 6, presuming that the list I was given by Rich earlier is still in line. We're going to have CarbonClyve next, so it's going to be Yoshi versus Ivy.
Oh, hey.
Quintessential match of keep out versus get in. I feel like Yoshi still wins that. But as CarbonClyve is still... I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. So he'll be getting into the server at the moment. In the meantime, I should probably mention this is on Parsec. This isn't traditional net play. If you guys have the ability to donate, please consider doing so that we can pay for the Parsec servers that we're using for these matches. Any amount that you see that's on the donation goal on the left is going to be just contributed to paying for the Parsec costs. Any overflow is just going to be added to the Matcherino for the Boom League itself. I also have a link if you want to just go with the Matcherino itself for the players on the winning team. This is just effectively like pool play at the moment. Nobody's in like the playoffs. Whoever loses this isn't just like out just yet. But yeah, it seems like there's a chance that there will be significantly more Parsec matches as time goes on. So whatever money that you guys can spare to pay for the Parsec servers, I would very much appreciate it. Also, any subs that I get during these Parsec streams, I will also contribute an additional $1 to the match arena once everything is said and done. Alright, I should probably check to make sure that Clive is still alive. Alright, he wants me to put it as CarbonClyve. I was just worried that I wouldn't have enough space, but I can make it work. CarbonClyve, if you're listening to this, I believe I can make this work. Is it going to be just enough? Hell yeah, look at that. Look how professional my stream looks right now.
Look at you.
Oh my god, dude. I was able to spell a word. It's crazy. Crazy stuff.
We are doing a 66 tonight, right?
No, this is 5v5.
Ooh.
jSabbs is sitting out, and Jonnitti is sitting out.
Gotcha, alright.
So yeah, predominantly, like I was saying before, this is overwhelmingly East Coast. The only person who's probably going to have a potentially worse connection than anyone else would be Rich, who is in Iowa, but I'd be willing to bet that Rich is hoping and expecting that he will be able to not have to worry about that.
Yeah, I felt like in Season 1, when he was team captain, like I feel like he didn't play at all.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And his team won the whole thing. But with Maxi on almost like everyone's bottom 5 tier list these days, I would love to like see Richsticks, play in a tournament setting like this again, and see if he can kind of like just be better than the tier list. Bottom 1, huh?
Maxi? Maybe Hamaru. That's about it.
Yeah. Even then, those characters can still be annoying. I think it's just like a lot of like potential universal answers, regardless of character, for Maxi's stuff could potentially make him worse than Hamaru. But I still hate fighting the character.
It's just the fact that like he is a character that he has a lot of problems. He has a lot of unsafe stuff. Maxi, that is, and there's a lot of stuff that like it effectively revolves around him going into stance mixes that without Heaven's Guard kind of have hard responses to them. That makes it very difficult for him to do anything.
Oh man, remember when Heaven's Guard made him top 1?
Yeah. I honestly feel like that ridiculous version of Heaven's Guard was the only way that Maxi was able to compete against Amy. In fact, I think that Amy versus Maxi, which might be clouding my opinion on the character, but I think that Amy versus Maxi might be one of the most lopsided matchups in this game.
Oh, Amy versus Maxi?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. The
sure,
fact
4A
that
answers.
Yeah, 4A, 6B, mid parry, and 3A are all things that he has to worry about to such a significant degree. Uh-oh, I'm hoping that we're okay. I think CarbonClyve's having potentially a bit of an issue with regards to Parsec. We'll hopefully be able to work this out.
Right.
But I think that we should be good. We're currently 1-on-1 on the teams. I should also mention that in case you guys are curious as to when these events are being placed, other than just following Boom Stream, I was asked to also talk about the calendar in Soul Calibur Portal, which also provides not just the Boominati League matches and like when they're scheduled and such, but also a variety of other Soul Calibur events that end up going around. So this is probably one of the best ways, because honestly, other than this, you kind of just have to like troll around different Twitters and Discords to figure out like if this is, which character, like which tournaments are happening when.
Yeah, you just add it to your Google Calendar and just call it a day.
Yeah,
it's really, really useful.
Alright, Yoshi versus Ivy. Here we go. Alright, relatively solid stage for Ivy, honestly. If Clive ends up losing here, I would almost insist that he keeps the stage.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said, this is the you know, the rush down versus turtle style. CarbonClyve is gonna want to try to keep him out, set him out, and then use those evasive tools that Ivy has once he does get in.
It's a decent amount of space on the stage, and also he really doesn't have to worry that heavily about wall combos or ring-outs. Honestly, this is probably the best anti-Yoshi stage that we have.
This is such a good start for CarbonClyve.
Jesus Christ, okay. Yeah, that was like well over half life. Now this can all fall apart pretty quick, but that being said, Yoshi doesn't have a lot of meter, and I think that he kind of like, he really subsists off of meter more so than other characters, so that can potentially be difficult for him to make this comeback.
Punish that, nice.
I don't know about running in there, it ended up working out, but boy, that was a little bit scary.
Is that Clive playing? Let's go.
Yeah, I know,
First
right?
round. Wow. Looking so strong there, but Yoshimitsu 6, he's gonna try to answer, getting in there with that full crouch 3K.
Wow,
doesn't
Clive
go
is
into,
being stoic as all get out. But now you're at this wall,
okay.
and I think you just died. Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
wow, she took a header. Did you see, like, the edge of the ring knocked her chin at the very end there? That sucks.
I like that he showed that he's willing to just block a little longer than normal, but I wish he just answered that with the button at that last moment.
Well, especially, wow, he ends up getting that, but he doesn't get the full combo because it was like this weird, like, offset. That was very odd, but like there were some times where Clive could have sidestepped to get away from like the Brave Edge strings that he didn't end up doing. Nice block. I feel like you can get more, but maybe I'm wrong.
More. Okay, evades that the low grab there, but oh baby, let's go. The jump B. That's gonna be a lot of damage evading that throw attempt. What's the Oki? Oh, just gets that ground hit. That's a lot of bonus damage, but wow, the roll into the rising A into the Brave Edge, but Soul Charge. Okay, I agree with this.
Yeah,
100%.
definitely. You absolutely have to do it.
Yeah,
unfortunately, doing 6's A hold is really not the way to go here. I feel like Clive is missing out on his spacing and assuming that Yoshi 6 is not going to be running forward, which a character like Yoshi, I feel like you should be expecting the character to run forward more often than not.
Yeah, there's a lot of dash guard that Clive can potentially answer. I'd like to full crouch 3B, CS would be good. He hasn't shown that he's willing to do CS quite yet. I'm not sure if it's a Parsec thing, but here's a Soul Charge nonetheless.
He heard you.
He answered me, let's go.
Omega XEN affecting the match as he does commentary. This man is banned from the rest of the Boominati League. Nice block, but you don't get wall rising B. It is not that unsafe, I'm afraid. So Yoshi 6, taking the first game.
While Clive did start out strong, Yoshimitsu 6 just kind of turned up the pressure on Clive. Really using that movement and the amount of space he has around him to just, you know, constantly finding angle on Clive. Clive did have the other 1 CS, so hopefully he can maybe turn up the execution in the next round.
It's honestly really just a matter of, like, I think you need to be expecting that Yoshimitsu is going to be running in a little bit more, so he took, like, a handful of... He took a handful of bets, especially in the first round, that he didn't necessarily need to. And it ended up costing him that round. And secondly, I think that he just needs to backdash more often. Like, the character...
You're right.
The character is a little bit short range. Med-K is really the only, like, main get-in tool that Yoshi has in that regard. I like how this is literally starting the exact same way. Slight sidestep, and then CarbonClyve catching it. Like, it's literally the exact same angle that it started into, which I think is really funny.
Yeah, like what you said, I think Clive just like Yoshimitsu 6 is doing a lot of dash guards, right? So challenge that space that Yoshimitsu 6 is taking up, even if it means backing up just to try to bait some with punishes too. So that was a good start, just no damage, fortunately. Oh my god!
Now to see this roll forward always seems to catch him. He's not expecting it. And see, like, don't get me wrong, this is very rough. It's very difficult to figure out what you can do here, but I find that more often than not... Okay, here we go. I feel like he could have RI'd that.
Yeah.
I feel like that could have been better, but... Let's keep it going. CarbonClyve has these moments of inspiration where he ends up getting... And honestly, with a heavy hitter like Ivy, you don't need that much more.
Yeah.
But it's just, like, it's just not enough. He needs to just, like, figure out his spacing just a little bit better.
Right.
Please don't get hit by roll forward again. Okay, see, he's actually doing the move that beats it, so I appreciate that.
Good adjustments from Clive. Yoshimitsu 6 was just hammering him with lows.
Yeah, here we go. Here's that backdash stuff that we're hoping for. Oh no.
Oh, he managed to get it in, yeah. Oh, there it is.
That's dead, right? It's gotta be. I actually have no idea how much damage this does, but he's in yellow life, so yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be. Yeah, you see Clive just struggling once Yoshimitsu 6 gets in, because, you know, he's got the mix-up, he's got the lows, he's just pestering Clive lows, but when Clive manages to, like, backstep and try to keep his space, he does get a lot of damage coming in. So if he can just kind of like keep up that defense like he did that last round, he's definitely in this match. Like answering the pressure with GI is a good start. So maybe other defensive options he can consider as well.
I wonder if at any time jSabbs is thinking that you could potentially, at that super long range, just punish with CE when Yoshi or Ivy goes with like 6XA or something.
Is definitely an option against Ivy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit niche, but like in a situation like this, I could definitely see it potentially happening. So CarbonClyve has to make sure that he doesn't commit too heavily.
He challenged the run-in. That's great.
That was a backdash he just did. Yeah, so it's going to be blocked. Okay. It's kind of unfortunate that you had to spend the meter, but here we go. You got him out, so you can potentially try to get this round off of this bar. The two-way whiffs! Oh no! That's exactly what jSabbs wanted.
If that 2A just came a little sooner, that would have ended the round.
God, that sucks. Okay.
Like, 2A was the best answer there, but just a little late.
jSabbs, hella clutch right now. 3B doesn't hit for some reason, allowing jSabbs to get into a perfect mix-up situation, and that's gonna do it. Wow.
It's hard, man. It's so hard.
Yeah, it is. I played Ivy for longer than I wanted to, and it was a very rough experience. All right.
Yeah, and it's like she has to take such a risk too on the defense, and CarbonClyve did show some moments of inspiration. Using the GI just to answer the mix-up situation, so you don't have to guess. But obviously the GI is a guess in itself. But would have liked to see, I guess, other defensive options, or just I guess play the matchup.
It's really just a matter of spacing. I think it was just a matter of just trying to figure out what the spacing was appropriate for, to try and figure out like what was going on. Now we went to main menu, which worries me because I feel like we're gonna get like this is going to be the point where Gio, who's the next person up, is going to be on player 1 side while Yoshi 6 is on player 2 side, and I will have no idea because they're both going to play Yoshi.
Alright,
so I really hope that doesn't happen.
Captains, let us know the colors.
Yeah. Do that. Or just please ensure that Yoshi 6 continues to be on player 1. Don't you dare do this to me. I will destroy all of you.
Wait, whoever has to edit their buttons has to be Gia, right?
Well, seeing as how they went to main menu, I guess you would always want to check to see that your buttons are still the same. I'm hearing nothing, so I'm going to assume that Gio is going to be player 2. It's going to be Yoshi versus Yoshi, almost undoubtedly. I just don't see Gio going out of his way to play one of his alts in a situation like this.
I do like the idea of Survey versus Yoshi, but you are character locked when you win, so that means you'll have to stick with Survey for the next matchup. So just Gio has a Survey.
I didn't know that. I know he has a Nightmare. I think he has a Huang. Those are the characters I know him for.
Yeah, God, I think I want to go all the way back to like Beer League. Like I definitely remember seeing a Survey, but it's crazy how I said all the way back, because, like, it felt like yesterday.
It feels like years upon years ago, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, and I didn't see any button changes on the side of Yoshimitsu's 6, so... Okay,
I'm just going to go with that they were nice enough. CarbonClyve confirming that Gio is, in fact, player 2. Thanks very much for keeping the order the way that it was supposed to be. Okay, and we got a stage where it's going to be a challenge on who has the better wall combos. That is what this entire thing is going to be about, because this character can literally kill in one wall combo.
Alright, we're seeing a combo video here.
Yeah, I think so. Wow, Gio almost totally forgetting what he was supposed to do as a Yoshi mirror. Wow, rude.
No.
Man, thank God I don't have that as an Amy player, where I have to respect other Amy players who are trying to rob me of my goddamn character. Anyway, back to the match. Wow, did you see that punish? Man, I appreciate mirror matches, if only for the sake of, like, characters in this game have so much junk, and I feel like there's a lot of people who are very good at fighting, like, their own character. They know what weaknesses the character has.
Yep.
Alright, tries the sidestep, doesn't work out. I'm just constantly looking at the life bars to ensure I know which one is which. Gio in the driver's seat ends up getting his combo, but it's not going to kill just yet. Wow, 6k? That's what you wanted? Okay.
Oh. Oh, the movements, but not doing anything punishable.
Oh my god, did he just kill himself? Geo! Damn, Yoshi 6 was so clutch there. He was right on like 5 50-50s.
Jeez, he really bet the farm there with the 1KKs there.
I can kind of see it, because it was definitely weird, but like, man, he put himself in a punishable position to such a degree. Now Yoshi 6 is the one in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and credit for Yoshimitsu 6 is just like backdashing his way to freedom and getting that last punish there.
Countering the Soul Charge pressure with the AA. Lots of A's, clashing a whole bunch. Now, Yoshi 6 is kind of in a hell of a lead, not just because of the life bar, but because of the meter, too. Nice duck. Wow, he committed to that 80 years ago.
Oh, and that's a punish, too. Alright, we know our punishes on your own character.
Yeah.
Alright, but look at this, Yoshimitsu 6 in the lead.
Yeah, heavily. That clutch first round, and that second round was all Yoshi 6. It's also about the meter. It's just the fact that Yoshi 6 is going to have so much meter. Now, is he going to get... Okay, he ends up getting a 6k. Challenges immediately on that RI. I like that.
Yeah. All the safe pressure coming from Geo. Ooh, the RI. Just trading hits!
He's not getting a lot of damage on the RI, so honestly, it's just a matter of, like... Geo is spending meter that he's not going to get back, and Yoshi 6 is spending meter that he is going to get back. You know what I mean? So even though these RIs are getting him a little bit of damage, it's going to be tough to keep that up as the rounds go on.
With that said, he did build up some guard meters, so I feel like he definitely felt good after this round. So maybe a guard break round win for the next one, and then just out neutraling him, playing him in the final round. That should be the roadmap, but what a good evasive option there on the side of Geo. Does not step the rising A plus B.
I was trying to avoid the puddle. I gotta say, Yoshi 6 is a lot more perceptive when it comes to figuring out how to get his opponent to the wall. I feel like Geo plays a little bit more neutral, but it seems like Yoshi 6 tends to have wall pressure significantly more often than not. Gets decisive that time, doesn't really get a good whip punish though. Geo wants to save that guard crush for the last round, but he also doesn't want to be too greedy about it. He's dead to the next mix. No, he's not. I lied.
One more mix. Oh my god.
He tried to beat the RI.
Gonna kill.
Oh my god! Yoshi 6 made a huge blunder there. He got hit by it. He should have just blocked it. That way he didn't have to deal with the guard crush this round. He's got the meter advantage, but now he's going to have to deal with this guard crush when he didn't need to. I don't know, man. I feel like that was a blunder. Maybe it won't matter. Maybe it won't matter at all, and Geo will just eat half life just immediately. Wow! What a response!
Autocorrect on the rising A. Yoshimitsu 6 looking really good, but that guard break could be a factor, especially after this Geo Soul Charge. But Yoshimitsu 6 just going to answer. Oh my god, he gets RI'd, but Soul Charge. Back it up. Reset. This is my time.
Makes sense. I just had to hope. Okay, Geo's Soul Charge is going to be out pretty soon. And then it's just going to be Yoshi 6. That's why he immediately goes in, and Geo gets clipped.
Clipped by the Dragonfly A. Yoshimitsu 6.
Damn, dude. I feel like what ended up happening in that last round, I'm just speculating. For one, Yoshi 6 was just correct a handful of times and ended up losing half-life immediately, and I think Geo was just so intent on getting that guard crush that he made his options too predictable. He's gonna go with Nightmare? He actually selected Nightmare. Wow. Imagine being so good at the mirror match that you force your opponent... Wow, this blew Yoshi 6's mind so heavily that he has to make sure that his buttons are correct after he won a match. That's crazy. Yeah. That is crazy stuff.
I like the matchup in favor on Nightmare, so Geo...
Why is that?
Has a thought. Just, the range advantage and just, like...
I guess a guard crush advantage?
Just, they do match him damage. Am I just going off legacy knowledge? Because in the past, Nightmare does usually do pretty well against Yoshimitsu. But I still like it, just as far as tier list, like,
I actually
Nightmare's
have no idea.
Such a strong character.
Yeah, I actually have no idea how Yoshi beats armor on top of it. I'm sure he has plenty of ways, as Yoshi has plenty of ways to do everything. But,
yeah, just damage and range. Difficult. Damage and range, and really not caring for Yoshimitsu's 6's frames.
I also have to say, Geo got a pretty good stage, maybe the best stage on the roster for a matchup like this, because you're not really going to have to deal with wall combos that... Oh my god, that was a back grab! How did he do that? Grab. Tries to punish a full crouch move with a high, not so much. Okay, Geo needs to figure something out right away, because he only has this one game.
Yeah, and he's making me a liar, so let's go Geo.
Yeah.
but just the relentless pressure, the superior range on Nightmare not really being a factor so far. It ducks that AGA. Oh my god, Yoshimitsu to the 6, just getting the reads, getting the movement, stagger offense. I don't see Gio coming out of this. This continues, you know, the way this is going right now.
Yeah, I totally, for one, just realized that Yoshi has 2-2B, which I don't think the Nightmare can punish, and that can be quite an irritation. But also on top of it, I feel like Gio's just expecting Yoshi 6 to be a lot more aggressive, and he totally isn't. He's just literally walking around, and Gio is killing himself. That's the only thing that's happening.
Okay,
he ends up getting a relatively solid punish. He could have gotten more, but I assume he wants to save 6's KK for later. Good punish. Okay, here we go. It's dead to a Flapjack. Decides to go with Soul Attack, an interesting choice.
Here we go. Zone him out. Oh, he's dash guarding, dash guarding.
Oh no. Okay. Very, very scary.
Here? Oh, throw. Okay, that just seals the deal. So, yeah, I like the idea of Gio just kind of using that crazy backstep that Nightmare has, and really just kind of explain the fact that Yoshimitsu 6, at least in the neutral game, doesn't have that much range.
Yeah,
so
I think he's just also realizing how much slower Yoshi 6 is playing this matchup than he expected, and now he is in turn playing slower. And honestly, if both characters play it slow, Nightmare definitely wins. In guard crush, in damage, in spacing, in every way. It's really just the aggression that kind of keeps him in check. So if Yoshi 6 is like trying to play a reversal of what the matchup is like, then Gio can kind of do exactly what he's doing. See, he's not really committing to like anything. He has to be worried about a 2-2B? Okay. Imagine he just went for a 2-2B there. That would have been scary.
And Gio just forces him to just chase. Yeah. And you can see like the frustration of just like Gio just backing up and occasionally answering, just kind of challenging that space that Yoshimitsu the 6 takes up when he dash guards. Kind of like the the advice that we're kind of giving to Clive when he was playing against Yoshimitsu the 6, but on arguably much stronger character, and not much of an argument there. But oh my god, the 6-6 kill, that's gonna be so
after
much damage.
After 6-6 BB, like such a challenge there.
Oh
wow.
my
in raw chip damage, he takes him down to dead to a 2A. It's gonna be a 3K instead, but okay. One and one.
Wrap it up. Yeah, that damage and range advantage coming into play. Yoshimitsu the 6. I don't see a character switch here, but I can surely bet on a stage change, trying to get. Oh,
yeah, I think for sure it has to be.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, because I at least want to. If I was Yoshimitsu, I would at least want a smaller stage. Just
you want anything. You want walls. Yeah. You want the ability to ring out. Well, maybe not ring out.
This stage is huge.
Okay, so we end up getting a very volatile stage that I think Yoshi 6 is going to be happy with. He's got both of them. He's got the best of both worlds. Yep. And he has the fact that it's a small box. Small cube, exactly.
And just I don't know, the chasing was an issue the last stage, so this should feel better for Yoshimitsu 6 going into this. But wow, he had the punish there, but just 3B'd a little too early there.
This is the thing that I think Gio needs to play the guessing game on. He's like, is Yoshi going to complete the string? And that tends to be like the thing that's making it very difficult to try and figure when he can whip punish and when he can't.
Right.
And also because Yoshi 6 is being very defensive about when he's reversal edging, it's making it difficult to know when he can like reversal edge the full crouch 3K on top of things.
Oh wait. Gio being aggressive all of a sudden, just getting that throw knocked out. Oh, he tried the CE, canceling the Grim Stride, but gets beat out by the 2A. I don't know if that's a timing thing or a frames thing, but either way, there was no CE, round 1 CE there for Gio, but still really close round. 13 seconds left on the clock, playing neutral. They're just waiting for the other player to mess up, but they're just getting in each other's face to block. This is so crazy.
Oh, wow.
This match is still going on.
Oh my god, dude. The battle of the jump kicks, I swear to god. I think that, like, you know...
Two best jump kicks in the game?
Yeah, it's gotta be. I think Nightmares is better, for sure, but they're definitely like the two best ones. I also have to indicate that Yoshi 6 did make this the ring edge. It made it into like the red, so both these characters have the ability to ring each other out off of one wall hit pretty easily.
Alright, Yoshi 6 has advantage. It shuts down that throw.
Oh wow, that didn't wall hit.
Pressure on Gio. He's trying to get out of that situation, and he does back it out of that wall situation, throwing him away, and just takes up the space. So no wall combo. Wait a minute, did I speak too soon? There's not going to be a wall combo. There's still going to be guessing for his life.
He went for the full cast. I don't know the button for it, but like the extended string that killed Gio in the first round of the first game, so that's hilarious.
Yoshi players.
Yeah.
I think he got his 6K there.
They're playing this so... Wow, he went for the CE again? If at first you don't succeed, but I'm so surprised he decided to go for it the second time. I think he was just like... got himself under the impression that Yoshi6 didn't actually properly counter it the first time. He just got lucky.
Yeah, that does work. Like, Gio's like, I swear this works, and you know what? I was on the same boat.
Nice
but...
stuff. Okay, I think that's out. No, it's not? Are you sure? There was no way for Yoshi to ring out there? I'm surprised by this information.
Could have been the hit that he landed for that wall spot in the first place, but still has a big life lead, so without ring out, I'd still be comfortable, just gotta contain him, but Gio, trying to find an evasive option, maybe with like a Twitch duck and zoning him out with 2-2As, but oh my god, shuts down that 2-2B attempt from Gio. That's gonna be a Terror Charge Gio. God, just... Yeah,
he got a
Terror Charge,
full
really
bar out of that interaction as well. He got a full bar out of it.
Crazy meter gain on the side of Nightmare. That's going to be a punish. So a small punish, but we take our damage here.
Yeah, I kind of wish it was a 6k Brave Edge, to be honest. I might be wrong about how punishable it is, though. It's getting a lot of grabs. They're playing it so slowly. It's kind of blowing my mind. Like, Yoshi6 is really not engaging or challenging unless he is fully in the driver's seat, which is so very rare for an archetypical matchup like this, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, these two are pretty explosive characters, so it is crazy they're playing as slow as it is, but they're just looking for just their their guaranteed rewards, just because. Oh, okay, that's a knockdown on the side of Yoshi6. He just needs one poke. That's a great block, but you are Nightmare, so it doesn't find that punish.
This is such a unique situation because this is a very small stage now that the walls are broken up. So they can both... I can understand why they're playing so slowly, if only because it is terrifying being on a stage with either of these characters. Like, they can both kill in one hit so easily. Nightmare a little bit more than the other. Doesn't get his full combo, doesn't use his soul charge, ends up using it for chip damage, also gets a huge amount of Gar Crush. I think that's how he's going to try and win. Doesn't get his sidestep, Nightmare sidestep like the worst in the game.
Tries to go for that break with that 3B, but Yoshi6 just climbs out of it, so there's a wake-up situation for Yoshi6. His guard is still blinking, but he finds this knockdown, so if he just turns up the pressure, he doesn't have to worry about the guard break, and that is going to be the soul charge unblockable on the sides of Yoshi6. What a match! It was just so slow, and then he just turned up the pace at that final round with that soul charge. That is such a big win for Yoshi6, taking out Gio, just a terrifying player through and through, but...
God damn, Gio tried so hard to ensure that soul charge wasn't going to do that much. You saw him rolling around on the ground to such a degree to try and take away that kind of momentum, and it simply wasn't enough. Gee whiz, we are up to the ace, ladies and gentlemen. We are up to Sandman on Rich's team.
Sandman. Okay, so this is the first time we're seeing Sandman in this Boom League.
We saw him earlier playing... He played a variety of characters as we were waiting for the time for this to start. We've seen a Mina, we've seen an Aswell, those two predominantly, but he obviously still has an Amy. He obviously... I mean, if he wants to, he still has a Cassandra as well. I'm sure he even has a Grove if he wants to be super ridiculous. But I assume it's between Mina and Aswell. Which one do you think?
Yeah. If I was on that team, and he was a member of the, not the Fire Melons, of the Electric Moccasins, that was Captain Love.
God, I came up with both names, didn't I?
Yes, you did. But I was really comfortable with just having him on Mina, and this is what we're gonna see now.
I agree with this. I think that Mina is a significantly more powerful choice, less high variance than Aswell is, where it's just like, if you're just wrong about like what you're supposed to do with Aswell in this spot, like if you're just wrong about it, then you just lose. But Mina is significantly more controlled, much better idea. Not to mention, even if he loses the first game, he can just pull a Gio and go to the next character.
Yeah, just the consistency and like just the explosiveness potential just coming from Mina. I think just like even in bad matchups, she definitely still has like a chance. Like you said, just maybe just a little bit more consistent with than Aswell as opposed to in terms of just kind of like the matchup spread, because he still has to go through a few players on this team.
Yeah, that's true. I should also mention before the match starts, just right as they're about to start at the very least, Parsec matches are not the most expensive thing in the world, but they aren't free, so if you do have the ability to donate, please consider doing so. That way we can pay for the Parsec servers. You'll see that we got a little bit of money from the last time, and this is just for the overall amount of Parsec matches that are going to happen during the Boominati League. If you like this kind of stuff, all the money will be dedicated towards paying for the Parsec servers, and then whatever is left over will go towards the Match Arena, which I also have a link for if you do !Match Arena, and you can donate directly to the Boominati League just in general. Also, any subs I get during these Boominati League matches, I will donate an additional $1. Wow, Yoshi6 is not respecting Mina Oki in any way whatsoever. He's just getting hit by raw 3Bs over and over again, and then ducks. Wait, what?
I guess I can definitely see like the biggest like smile on Sandman's face now. Just like, oh man, he's my wake up.
I apologize. I don't know if you saw that. I think we just got a $130 donation. That puts us all the way to a goal that I just decided to put up there for everything. And Silo Zen for another donation. Guys, I very much appreciate that. That is undoubtedly going to be covering the entirety of the Parsec cost that we have for the entire Boominati League. If that ends up not being the case, well, all I can say is I very much appreciate it. Again, all the additional money, once the Parsec server costs are taken care of for the whole league, that will go towards just being dedicated to the Match Arena on top of it. I assume it's Graffiti Souls, but it did say anonymous, so if the said person does not want to be known, then, you know, but I apologize for taking back from the match, but that was really gigantic. Thanks again very much to the people. Just want to say that Anon indicated I hate online during his donation, and so I hear you, buddy. No Doc Caliber here. We are getting actual legitimate matches. No of this, like, downtime bullshit. This is just full-on high-octane Parsec matches going on right now, so
yes,
fantastic stuff. Thanks very much.
Speaking high-octane, Yoshimitsu 6 definitely turned up the pressure there in that round 3 there. Sandman, finds the lethal hit on 6A, but does not find the pickup there, so that's punished from Yoshimitsu 6, but Sandman just fighting back with that knockdown 8A with the speed. Does not find that knockdown low again. Yoshimitsu 6, great block, great punish, turning up the pressure. Sandman just doesn't want to deal with this pressure anymore, just backs him up with the soul charge. It's very, very scary soul charge here, even.
Doesn't want to deal with the 2-bar lethal hits that Yoshi has available to him, too. Boy, he has been, like, 0 for 8,000 on his full crouch 1Ks. Like, that has not worked at all. Geez. Now, I gotta say, that was stuff... I apologize for talking over a huge portion of that. It was just that was a very heavy donation. But on top of things, I do want to mention that that stage that Sandman ended up getting was really bad for him. that was maybe one of the worst stages that you could have possibly gotten. I really hope he didn't go with rematch there.
I can't stand fighting Yoshimitsu 6 on the stage. I almost, like...
I don't know, Sandman. Rematch on a stage like this? You have nowhere to go. I mean, I know you don't have to deal with ring outs, but, like, I feel like the overall amount of space that you're going to want, like, you have to deal with this I-10 in your face that's going to potentially do 80 damage anytime he has a Brave Edge on top of things. Like, this sucks. I don't know. I'll have to ask him about it later.
Yeah, and Sandman being a former teammate, he is the kind of player that likes to do open mic, so... even just smashing a retry, I feel like this is like kind of like a team decision if they're not gonna stop him.
Maybe.
But I would have just been like, yeah, again, Indian Port is still in play, but like I almost rather play on Indian Port than this stage because like it just feels so oppressive just being contained with this. Yeah,
it really just has to do with the size of the stage more than just like the mechanics of it. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true. You're right.
That's really the thing that's like giving me agita. Yoshi 6 takes his first round in his second game.
Oh, it's a close round.
If Yoshi 6 wins this, if he like wins the whole thing, did that mean that he OCV'd? No, Mindwolf took out lead. Never mind.
Yep, no ACV here, but yeah, Sandman's finding some confidence in these instant wild rising moves, so that could be an adjustment that turns it around for him. But
yeah, it's just tough. It's just like it doesn't really seem like he has enough time to like try and get away from these AAs, and he has to make sure that he's keeping check of where he is on the stage because it seems like once again Yoshi 6 has just got him right up against the wall yet again. And he eats so much damage whenever he tries to roll out. Like, that was the least amount of damage he could have possibly eaten to try and get away from that wall, and that was not nothing. Okay, decides to spend the bar.
Scaling, right?
I don't think he's dead. Yeah, he's not dead. He's dead to basically like a 2K. Yep, the very vintage Mina setup. 1B cancel into full crouch 1K. I actually kind of wish that he went with 2K instead, if only because it was less committal. But either way, doesn't have any meter, but that's not exactly the biggest deal in the world for Mina. While Dude, these blocks on these full crouch 1Ks have been insane. Sandman should just honestly just go for 3B. Remember that round where he just like ate 3B 8 times in a row? You might as well just like do that again. Okay, well maybe I'm wrong.
And if Sandman is kind of bothered by the strong defense that Yoshimitsu the 6 is displaying, then I would go for like a proactive guard break game, especially now with this blinking yellow gauge here. But oh, that 6A is such a good pickup with that lethal hit into the wall splat. So what's the wake up here? It's gonna be jump over his button throw. That's a great break from Yoshimitsu 6, but then did a lot of damage for Sandman nonetheless, and has guard pressure. Situation going on. We're neutral, we're finding an angle, but no, get away from me.
Yoshi 6 has gotten so much hay out of his defensive gameplay. That was such a delay. That was so crazy on top. Holy shit! Carl with the $200 donation. Again, guys, I very much appreciate it, and like all the additional, once we figure out the Parsec server costs, all of this will go to the Matcherino on top of things. So I very much appreciate it, guys. That means so much to me.
Yeah, thank you so much for supporting the Boom League. It's been so much fun. Oh my, dude, this is.
He also said, never play Talon again, JJJ. I got Talon to S rank earlier today. You don't have to worry about it. It's never happening again. These full crouch 1K blocks have been so insane. I think he's blocked like every single one. This guy is so clutch, it's ridiculous.
Oh, okay. So, guard break. I don't think, like Sandman really wants to open him up, but now with that guard gauge, I don't think he does. Like, just go for more of those mids. That was technically a whiff punish, but go for more of those mids, go for the timing, make him twitch duck. Like, I think he's got it in the bag now, because this is such a tough situation if you're going against this Mina. That's a throw. Wake up situation, very tough for Mr. 6. He does have meter for the soul charge, and he has a knockdown now, so he's still in it, but again, I give the advantage to Sandman here, but wait a minute, that advantage
it's going to be a matter of like what happens with the soul charge. I think it's a matter of like who gets the meter. Now, if one of them dies before they end up using the meter, then it's not going to matter at all. That's exactly what Yoshi 6 was looking for the entire time, my dude. Dude, Yoshi 6, again, he has gotten so much hay out of the fact that like players just assume as a Yoshi player that he's going to be very aggressive, and they keep expecting Yoshi to just like run into a lot of stuff. And he beat Geo and he beat Sandman, I think specifically because he's playing so much more defensively, so much more conservatively than anyone had expected. Wow.
I think Sandman just got a little spooked because of all those full crash 1Ks that Yoshimitsu 6 was blocking. I bet Sandman was just thinking, man, I can't open this guy up, so I'm just going to keep my space and just go for this whiff punishes and just really slow him down, zone him out and whatnot. But with that guard pressure in that final round, I just wish that Sandman just turned up a little bit more. Like, not force the mid-low mix-up, but just force like a mid into, I'm about to break your guard mix-up. And he was doing that for a while with the throws. I just wish he just turned up just a tad bit in that final round there, because like you said, like he just got a little too comfortable just being that that long range space where, you know,
it was just so tough. Like, it was so tough for Sandman because he just simply couldn't figure out how to create a mix. I mean, like, up close, assuming that the opponent is playing defensive, which Yoshi was, you have full crouch 1K, you have 3B, you have, like, very fantastic mids on top of a fantastic hell sweep, and the hell sweep was just blocked every time. This guy couldn't be more clutch with regards to his defense. So what do you do in that situation? Sandman was trying to use, like, wall rising B, and it was working a little bit, but it was really, really tough.
The throws were landing, and honestly, I think he just keep going for the guard break. Just hammer that guard. Just let him block, make him nervous. He's gonna twitch duck eventually.
I do see some people indicating, oh yeah, it would be an OCV because Mindwolf beat Lee, meaning that Yoshi 6 has beaten all the players on the opposing team. I think I got confused as to whose team was on whose, but yes, it would be an OCV if Yoshi 6 wins this game because Yoshi 6 will have knocked out every member of the team.
So we can potentially put Yoshimitsu on the adding Yoshimitsu to the Hall of Fame of OCVs, along with Killick ×2. What was it? Siegfried and missing one. Killick ×2.
Killick ×2. No, in this Boom League, I think that's the only thing. I think it would just be like the
Sophia, Ramon, Sophia.
He got a OCV?
He got an OCV.
I totally forgot. Okay, yeah, I think you're right.
Alright, but this is what I want. I want to see some Richsticks maxi action. It's been a hot minute for this guy.
Yeah, when was the last time, other than Rich in the last Boom League, when was the last time we saw maxi just in general? I honestly can only think of, like, I think there was a European tournament where Defeatly was around. I think that's the last time Maxi has been involved in something.
And as far as, like, Richsticks, like, honestly, like, I just remember, like, Beer League, and again, that's, like,
yeah, that was 85 years ago. That was, like, 2 August ago, right? That was 2020.
Dude, don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was the time when I hard sidestepped against Stellar playing Nightmare on the Desert stage, and I ended up still getting hit by 6's KK and losing the entire match. Anyway.
Oh,
right, I have to change the names. Okay, I'll let you go.
Finds the auto GI for that lethal hit, getting the knockdown, extra damage with that 1B. Richsticks. Ooh, making a counter statement here, but Mr. 6 still in, maybe not much longer, but get some stance pressure going on, but he's dead to a 2A or like a 1B. Never mind, Gus is a stupid mechanic, but finds the round anyway. That
was almost a very scary thing for Rich in that situation. That was pretty
Especially near the ring edge.
Okay, guess it's 2-2A.
Yep,
huge amount of hits there. Okay, decides to immediately go for the Maxi pseudo jank. I do appreciate the fact that, like, a character like Maxi has so much junk in his trunk to try and throw out against his opponent that the opposing player may not really know about, because honestly, I think people figured out what to do against Maxi, specifically to deal with Richsticks. So if Richsticks wasn't really around, why did you have to learn how to play against Maxi? See, in a spot like that, I could have sworn you have the ability to step duck and beat all options. It might be difficult, but this is Parsec, so you wouldn't have to worry about online lag containing your movement unnecessarily.
Yeah, it definitely depends on the move you block, but Richsticks nonetheless was able to find a lot of...
He got up for the high. It was a low high, non-jailing. He could have potentially gotten a huge punish on top of things. Yoshi 6 looks lost, my dude. I do not think this is going to work out. I shouldn't say anything. This is the first game, and it is Yoshi. Okay, so the first game is definitely going to go to Rich, but Yoshi 6 has definitely been clutch in a lot of spots, so I don't want to say anything yet. It's been pretty crazy.
That was so cool. Richsticks just he looked like he was on shaky ground with that first round. Yoshimitsu 6 to get the perfect, but then he just found his rhythm. He was able to do the soul charge pressure, the loop pressure. It's so cool to see Richsticks back in the tournament setting.
So this is something that's a little bit funny. So say Yoshi 6. So he's like sitting on the screen right now, right? So imagine he's like. He goes into his team chat and he's like, guys, I have no idea what to do. What am I supposed to do? Now, his team could probably tell him. He's teamed with Anton. Anton knows, like, everything there is to know about this video game. But, like, to explain it all in a digestible format for him to be able to utilize it right here, right now, impossible. Absolutely impossible. Like, when he does this, you do dip, and this, into that, into that, into this, into that, into this, into that, into that. And Yoshi 6 is just like, guys, I have, like, 12 seconds before the team yells at me. Oh man, oh my god, dude, this is, with all due respect, Yoshi 6 does not know this matchup like at all, and Rich feels totally comfortable. Like, every once in a while he gets like one of these fantastic blocks, and because it's Yoshi, he gets so much damage out of it, so he's gonna end up fanning up this round. So good comeback by Yoshi 6, but boy, this is important information for Rich to have. Rich now knows that he can really throw out so much of the gauntlet that may not necessarily work on other players. That B has hit him every single time. And so, he's really going to know that he can lay out so much stuff that he can't do against other players.
Yeah, I guess he's looking for that back lower K for that knockdown, but Richsticks has not shown that card yet, so we'll see just the mids. Even on block, he is on frame advantage there, so it's such a good option. And obviously that lethal hit on regular hit is just so crazy. Yeah,
again, really, I'm pretty sure that the option there is to step duck, but if it's a timing that you're not used to, you may not necessarily have that in your hands. I know that can be very difficult to deal with. He's got a lot of meter. He can do all kinds of stuff here. He also definitely doesn't want to... he's definitely going to spend it here. You always want to spend as many resources as you can to get your second round.
Catches that run-in with the AA Brave Edge counter hit. That was... Yoshimitsu 6 just going back to that mid-range, going that neutral game, and just punishing Richsticks' run-in attempts. Great adjustments from Yoshimitsu 6.
I like how Yoshi is just like no avails, just immediately going for the double bar lethal hit of BBB, just over and over again. Just like, I'm just gonna try this over and over again because it's I-14. All right, he's got a lot of Sultra stuff. The first time ever that mid gets blocked, and so immediately Rich goes for the low and ends up catching. I gotta say, I think something that Rich has just picked up, just in general. I know this is very simple and everything, but Yoshi is just ducking. all the time.
Yep.
And so he's just like going from mid after mid after mid. And Yoshi doesn't really know what to do, doesn't know how to deal with the auto GIs in the stance. He still has a bar. He still has the ability to get a crazy Yoshi ring out. So Rich definitely still has to be very careful. That's why you see him using 1Bs over and over again.
Alright, so charged situation for Yoshimitsu 6. Huge light deficit, so really hard mountain to climb here. Richsticks getting just a lot of pokes, frame advantage. Oh wait, tries to find something there with that the Brave Edge, but Richsticks just closes it out with that final poke there. That was the 1B.
Very sorry, my dude. You tried very hard, Yoshi 6, to try and make this an OCV. It did not end up being the case. So now we are at 4-2. I don't know who comes up next. I don't think they actually gave me the full list, so Anton can let me know. This is normally when I would go into my shtick about shilling for the stream. I guess we don't need to do that, so I won't.
Parsec costs look covered, and
if this doesn't cover it for the entire Boom League, I will be very surprised. Because these are typically 2-hour streams. Add on an additional hour, so like, I used to do War of the Roses streams, and I still do from time to time, and those are typically, like, if I can get 20 for a 2-hour stream, I'm normally good to go. And we would do, like, an additional hour to, like, get people ramped up and stuff like that. Even if every single playoff match was Parsec, I think only then would this completely cover it. And again, all the additional costs will just go to the Matcherino afterwards, so... Actually, now that we say that, why don't we go with the Matcherino? Because I do have exclamation point Matcherino in my thingamajigger.
Oh, I was actually wondering about that.
And where are we at? 818. Graffiti Souls with a $100 donation, along with Beardy here with the $10 donation. Graffiti Souls has without Graffiti Souls, we are just over $100. With Graffiti Souls, we are rounded up to like $8 million. Isn't that crazy?
Boom League is covered. Wrap it up, boys.
Also mentioned,
in case
home. You guys are ever wondering about when the next match is, anything like that, Soul Calibur Portal will have your calendar needs covered for not just the Boom League stuff, but just like Soul Calibur events in general. We'll be able to let you know when those matches are taking place. Uh-oh, I just heard Graffiti Soul say that he said like 818, okay, be right back, so I'm curious as to what he's about to do. I'm just going to hit refresh until I see that SabinDeus is up and about, so it's going to be Siegfried versus Maxi. I honestly have no idea how that matchup goes.
I'm bracing myself for future donation, but
yes.
Captain Richsticks. The final hope for his team, he still has to go through SabinDeus, and Jimbonator is the ace, so that's going to be next if SabinDeus falls here.
Yeah, Jimbo and then Anton.
Ooh, so with me thinking of like the idea of just Siegfried just spamming Rising B on Maxi, I kind of like the matchup here. Just the counter hit fishing potential off Siegfried, just the amount of damage he can get, and all the evasive tools he has is in his possession.
I think it's really just a matter of just like, if Rich is able to see that SabinDeus doesn't really know how to deal with Maxi, and honestly, he probably doesn't, then that is going to be a very difficult thing for him to deal with.
Yeah, he looked so strong at the beginning, and Richsticks decided to, do something after going through the onslaught of pressure from SabinDeus, and once Richsticks gets a turn, he's really just gonna test that defense. He's really gonna test that knowledge. And with Maxi, what other character for exploiting knowledge checks? But there we go, SabinDeus just kind of recreating the magic that he had on the beginning of round 1, but Richsticks finds that lethal hit, gets under that AGA, I think it was, but the Rising B just turns it around, just to make sure this 2K finds the victory for SabinDeus there, so tighter in rounds.
Yeah, fantastic ability to use that Dark Legacy, perfect, and again, it is important to note that ring edge is now in the red. Both characters have the ability to ring out with just one wall hit, almost assuredly.
Bro, I'm getting a little hype for SabinDeus. This is sure going to be an upset. He's looking really good. Just
be a hella upset if he ends up pulling this off.
And last year's
Did he get it? Did he get it? Did he get it? No, he went for base hold B. Man, imagine he'd actually decided to go with like a bigger evasion kind of thing. That would have been great.
Yeah, the twirl would have been. Oh, that would have been funny. Yeah. That would have been a highlight.
It would have been dead. Yeah, he would have been literally dead. It looks like he went into base hold and he just like held base hold there for a little bit way too long. For a character who's very horizontal heavy, that can work out because the GI lasts for like 8 million years, but that's not really maxi. So I don't know. I don't know so much. I think he just tried to AGA 3 times and it didn't work. And I think that A plus B was also supposed to be AGA. So unfortunately, SabinDeus' execution is failing him at the moment.
Yeah, but I do like the range that SabinDeus is keeping this match in. But that's frame advantage. That's a great step, but does not do any damage. But you know who finds the damage is Richsticks with the CE.
This base hold B stuff is just really not working out. I think SabinDeus never really got used to the idea that the vertical tracking on that move got heavily nerfed, and so like you can actually sidestep with that with a relative ease. Yeah,
I think he was just overthinking it at those small moments where he didn't need to. Just minimize move list just a little bit, and I think SabinDeus has a chance. Like he's definitely showed that with the first few rounds.
So nice to keep the stage. I like it. I think that's a solid choice. Yes.
In an imblockable setup, Richsticks is busting out all the jank. Yeah.
Yeah. Tried to go into Dark Legacy, not so much against a character that has a stance break attack. Oh boy, I think SabinDeus' spacing is kind of falling apart here. Yeah, he's just constantly whiffing, and I think Richsticks is just going to take it slow and just allow SabinDeus to provide him either a means of getting in or to just whiff punish for guaranteed damage anyway.
Yep, just letting him hang himself and just finds an opportunity just to go in for that pressure. But wait a minute, SabinDeus gets a knockdown. Has Dark Legacy, but fighting a life deficit, tries to find something with the A side B, but Richsticks showing some defense, getting some pokes down, but Richsticks with that backstep, he's just going to contain him at the long range there. Good stuff from Richsticks.
I really kind of wish that SabinDeus had held his bubble for a little bit longer. It's a classic Siegfried mistake to just use the bubble the millisecond that you have it. Meanwhile, you have something in the means of full crouch 3KK that also allows you to get a huge amount of a comeback material, so I really wish that he had stuck with it.
Yeah, and the threat of just having the bubble can cause some hesitation in your opponent.
Speaking of hesitation, able to get a 6A into a stance mix, but now you have to deal with Maxi Soul Charge, and I don't... Wow, the tracking!
I know that tracks, jeez!
It normally does not track that heavily, but okay. Richsticks making quick work of that. Boy,
Richsticks. SabinDeus, like, I think he... found an important adjustment where I think he was like, you know what, I didn't really do the 6A a lot, so he finds something with the 6A on block into the reverse side hold K, so I thought maybe we'll see more of that to allow SabinDeus to stay in the game, but Richsticks just, he has the soul charge, he had the damage. It was just not enough for SabinDeus to clutch it out against Richsticks. So Captain Richsticks still alive, going against the ace now, Jimbonator. Oh boy, Jimbonator.
He's got a lot of different characters, a lot of options that he can go with. He's got 2B, he's got I assume it's going to be 2B, but he's also got Haomaru. It's honestly going to be a matter of which character he feels Richsticks, in his absence, may have forgotten how to play against. Because Rich really hasn't competed since Haomaru even came into the fray. Okay, I gotta mention, I was going to mention right beforehand that Graffiti Souls had donated an additional $200 to the Matcherino, bringing us over $1,000. And then on top of that, we've got Skippy... Well, I want to show me the full name. Skippy Waterstone, which I think might be Carl, contributed an additional $1,000. So we are up $2,000 in the Matcherino prize pool. And again, just in case you guys forgot, like, the money that I got donated here for the Parsec stuff, I'd be willing to bet that a large portion of that is going to go into the donation of the Matcherino as well. So we'll just have to see how many Parsec matches end up happening in the first place. But boy, oh boy.
Yeah, who's better than the Soul Calibur community? Thanks for the support. This is awesome.
Yeah, Soul Calibur community, very small, but an incredibly dedicated amount. You know what the Soul Calibur has over the majority of other fighting game communities? Adults. Adults who just, like, have, like, lives and expendable income. So, thanks again very much to all of our adults that allow us to play our video game. Okay, we ended up getting this stage. Yeah, we ended up getting this stage again, and Blue God indicated in the chat that he's not sure he's ever seen this matchup. Honestly, me too. I cannot remember ever seeing something like this.
Honestly, I thought Jimbonator was gonna bust out the Raphael, but
oh yeah, he could have done. Maybe he doesn't really play the character anymore. Ends up getting the Lethal hit. Now, he ended up getting a pretty bad stage. I would imagine he won a stage as large as humanly possible. Ah, come on, you gotta know that that's coming. That's like the #1 thing that Maxi players do when they're... But I do think that this was an appropriate choice, if only because Rich did play Haohmaru when the character first came out. We both agreed that we thought the character sucked. But, you know, obviously that was a long time ago, so it's a matter of trying to figure out if he's able to get away from Richsticks' maxi pressure, which so far is a resounding no.
Yeah, we thought maybe Richsticks will fail the knowledge check, but looks like, you know, he is the knowledge checker. Not so much a knowledge checker, I think Jimbonator's just like a little too antsy, and just has to remind himself, just kind of, you know, take some time to, you know, weather the maxi storm and definitely find your opportunity to step guard your way out of freedom.
So one thing that I think Rich may have remembered, and one thing that I always think is a pretty big knock when it comes to Haohmaru, is the fact that when it comes to long-range, like, containment, Haohmaru only has high Horis to do that kind of thing. In fact, like, his mid-Hori game is pretty bad. He's got, like, 3A, which really doesn't go very far, and Maxi actually does have one of the best forward motion tech crouches in the game. So, you know, being able to slap away the kind of containment that Haohmaru typically wants to use with regards to his buttons is probably the way to go.
Alright, frame advantage, Jimbonator does not respect it. Richsticks, get some pressure on, but Jimbonator's gonna ride the storm, he's gonna sit on his life lead. Richsticks, with the soul charge, is gonna turn it up. Oh, gets headbutted in the face!
Headbutted him out of 6A+B and soul charge, what a beast! What a beast of a character.
I think I saw a small sidestep there, but nonetheless, we saw that tracking soul charge 6A+B in the last match, so, gets kicked in the face. That is a lethal hit.
But he wasn't expecting his pseudo-auto GI to end up working out there. Oh wow, that ended up catching grounded. So much of the damage that Jimbo has eaten is because of grounded stuff. Alright, that's going into Rage. Soul Charge out, makes sense. It's important to note that that Quake really only puts you at neutral. It's actually not something you have to respect all that heavily, but Rich ends up getting the first game. I can honestly see Jimbo deciding that he's going to stick with this match. I just really feel like he wants a different stage. Did you just pull a Sandman and tell me that I'm dead wrong and just go hard rematch? Or did he go with different
No, I think I saw the
went with different stage. That makes sense. See, a stage like this is a bit better. He certainly could have gotten better, but I think he's a little bit better with this.
Sure, yeah, just a little extra space to work with. Haohmaru definitely still has one of the best backsteps in the game, if not the best. So, you know, little more room to breathe is certainly welcome on the side of Jimbonator.
And it's just a matter of, like, trying to, allow his containment options to be significantly more prevalent. See, like, stuff like this, you really couldn't do on the previous stage. So this might, honestly, be a totally different kind of game. Decides to go with the tackle, as opposed to going for the auto GI, because it really seems like Rich is respecting the stance transitions enough that he wants to try and catch the auto GI, which allows Jimbo to go with heavy swings on block into more aggressive types of options.
Yeah, Richsticks have come into a lot of Haohmaru mix-ups, so this should give Jimbonator confidence once he finds an opportunity to get back in with some frame advantage, but... Ooh, just disrespecting. So Jimbonator is gonna, like, absolutely catch on to the fact that
being
Richsticks
so
is
weird. Like... Look at that pushback! That pushback was crazy on that jump A. Doesn't get, like, the max punish, but still a pretty good punish there. I think he could have gotten a heavy slash. Alright, he's dead to a Racy. Wake up grab! See, this is the kind of thing... Okay, hold on.
Oh my god.
I'll shut up.
Oh my god.
He's not continuing the string. Rich is still 100%. Wow, stand kick! Stand kick of all things! If you thought he was going to poke out, why wouldn't you think he was going to poke out with 6A+B? That blows my mind. But the thing I was going to mention is that, like, Jimbo is fantastic. Wait, did he get the alright? Oh, okay, never mind. I got a little bit too excited there. That would have been crazy.
Jimbonator is fantastic on what now?
He is fantastic at balancing out heavy keep out with just immediate instantaneous aggression because he knows his opponent is going to have to dedicate himself to an option as quickly as humanly possible. Jimbo's still eating so much damage when he's on the ground, and that's really the thing that's killing him. 4-4-8 cancel into the slide into 1K. Gee whiz. Jimbo really showing that the difference in stage really did a lot. But yeah, just like overwhelming Rich with just like a ton of keep out that he constantly has to dedicate himself to a move. He has to commit to a move to try and stop some of this keep out. And so in doing that, he's allowing Jimbo to like get these huge heavy whiff punches. This is clearly exactly what Haohmaru was built to do. The second that Haohmaru is dealing with Maxi in his face, he really just kind of has to take a bet on a probably low chance of success option.
And Jimbonator is showing that Haohmaru is not just keep out, right? He's definitely showing that he can definitely brawl up close too. And Richsticks just showing a little discomfort with defending against this Haohmaru pressure up close. But wait a minute, that's a lethal hit with Richsticks. Half-life already. He's gonna back up? No, he's just gonna keep up the pressure. But Jimbonator finds the Shoryuken there. And we're trying to go back to neutral, but Jimbonator is just turning up the pressure here. He's not going to let him breathe, but...
He's playing like a style kind of like Cervantes, where he's just forcing Rich to block moves that are enough pushback to where you can get out of things. It doesn't end up getting his reversal grab that time. A solid 1B. He's got him in the yellow. Did he get it? Oh no, he could have had the slash! Oh man, I don't think he was expecting Rich to just dedicate a move that's so heavy. Wow, he was in stance! I didn't even see it! I didn't even see that he was in bare knuckle. He ends up getting the baseball slide.
Richsticks didn't see that either. He was just trying so hard just to dash guard in his face, and Jimbonator just busted out that slide kick out of nowhere.
Jimbo, calm down. Jimbo is really feeling himself really heavily right now, and I think if he ends up losing, it'll be because of that. This is exactly what Rich has been looking for basically this whole game, trying to tech crouch under the highs that Haohmaru tends to use to try and keep people away.
Alright, we get some frame advantage here. Jimbonator just trying to find his way out. Maybe he can find something with his soul charge.
I kind of don't like the soul charge. If it ends up working... Oh, he's going for the guard damage. This makes sense. No, you should have just eaten the guard crush! Now you have to deal with it again, my dude! Oh, Rich, I don't know!
Richsticks just... That one moment where he just ran in and just ate a counter hit on the side of Jimbonator, just giving him that opportunity to come back. Jimbonator, I don't know, I feel like Richsticks just kind of gave it to him at that last possible moment of the last round, so like hopefully this doesn't use mental too much.
That was like an I-80 AAA, but oh my god, Jimbo was one round away from securing this, and he still has this guard crush ever looming. He just needs to make sure, Jimbo needs to make sure that he doesn't get too predictable in terms of like trying to go for this. So Rich is potentially going to see this, but now that he's down, I don't know how he gets out of this. He also had the lethal hits available, though I doubt they're really going to come into play. We're going to see. Tries to get a whip punish, the punch gets stuffed. That doesn't get stuffed.
Is this happening?
No, I don't think so.
Is Richsticks clutch?
Oh, which one is clutch? I don't know, dude. This could really be either character. And he gets the sidestep. Jimbo ends up pulling it out. That everlasting guard crush was like such a killer. The second that Jimbo was able to get away from a very small stage, he ended up forcing Rich to committing to such huge things. And honestly, that is perfect Haohmaru gameplay. That's exactly what you want to be able to pull off as Haohmaru and force the opponent to go into something that is so heavily committal that he ends up winning. So Anton probably positively giddy that he does not have to show what Maxi versus Valdo is like. Is it bad? I don't know. I don't know any of that kind of stuff at all. That's so weird.
And Jimbonator was so good at just forcing Richsticks to feel like that he has to run in. Every time, most of the time, Richsticks like ran in, Jimbonator just did such a good job of just like shutting that down, just challenging the space and just finding damage, finding knockdowns, just basically just shutting down most of Richsticks' run-in attempts. So you are correct in the perfect Haohmaru play from Jimbonator representing Team Anton. Crazy stuff.
Oh my god!
That was such a good. Oh, that was great.
That match was crazy. Those last two games were showing a level of Haohmaru that I just was straight up not expecting. But that is the end. Anton's team is going to end up panning it out. Shoutouts to Yoshi6 for taking us all the way to the captain. Shoutouts to Jimbo for taking out said captain. Again, a special shoutouts to all of our donators, Silo, Carl, and quote-unquote anonymous, which I will just stay as anonymous if they so choose. Match Arena now up over $2,000 thanks to, again, somebody who I don't know in, what's his name, Skippy Waterstone. I do like that name. That sounds like a D&D character that I might end up trying. Graffiti Souls again. I think Graffiti Souls is almost at 1,000, and along with Skippy Waterstone at 1,000 in terms of, like, if you remove those two people, we're at about $18. And then you combine both of them, and we're closer to, like, $5 million. So isn't that interesting? Yeah, 1K SabinDeus. That was positively insane. But we'll shut down the server so that more of this money can go to the match arena once things go on. Omega XEN, is there anything you would like to say before we end?
No, again, just the support has been great. The matches are great. So shout out to the entire Soul Calibur community. Just, you know, keeping the game going. These events are great. Shout out to Boom. Team League has been a lot of fun. And shout outs to Team Cthulhu, who, you know, we're gonna take it all, baby. We're gonna take it all. But seriously, it's been a great event. It's been a great night, and more great Soul Calibur action to come. Thank you, everyone.
So I was going to, as you were saying that, I was like looking at like who I could potentially raid, and I couldn't find, like, I didn't know anybody. And then like the second that I refreshed it as you were talking, I saw that 8-Wave Funds started his stream like 2 seconds ago. So honestly, I've done that before, and I've been like fishing for the raid, and I know that's what he's expecting. And honestly, good shit. You did it right, and I'm gonna raid you. So unless, you know, Boom tells me definitely not. But yeah, fantastic stuff by Jimbo. Again, we're gonna close the Parsec servers because the longer that we have them up, I won't say please consider donating, because again, the special thanks to everybody who did donate. Hopefully that will be enough to cover the entirety of all of our Parsec stuff for the entirety of the Boominati League. So thanks again to everybody. We'll send you guys over. Wouldn't it be hilarious if I didn't rate it, and I just rated, like, Mewtwo King is playing Pokemon, so I just rated Mewtwo King? That would be hilarious.
It's like Simbabad, what the fuck?
Yeah, Simbabad, and I can tell him how I knew him, like, 20 years ago. Anyway, thanks very much, everybody, and we'll head over, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, thanks very much.